right, back now with my panel, and we don't have a lot of time, so I want to get everyone in. So if you can make your answer short, I would appreciate it. So, Peter, first to you, the Director of National Intelligence, James Clapper, tonight confirming CNN's reporting. What's your reaction to the statement?
I think it underscores the basic point, right? We need an independent commission to investigate. These are incredibly serious charges here. And there's a lot of different evidence swirling around. And we need to someone to really go through this. The role that the Russians played in this election is unprecedented. And the possibility that they intervened, perhaps even with Donald Trump's knowledge on his behalf, is a huge issue. And if this were the other way around, Republicans would be at the front of the line saying we need an independent investigation.
Andy Dean?
Well, imagine if Hillary Clinton won. Would we want an investigation of the Access Hollywood producers who helped release that tape? No, because this is what it is. It's liberal hypocrisy, and we see it very clearly. Russia didn't influence any Americans, and to say that they did influence Americans is insulting to the American voter, especially in the Midwest when they were voting for jobs, not because Vladimir Putin felt a certain way.
So what is voting for Donald Trump and Russians influencing the election, what does it have to do with the other? Even if people did vote for Donald Trump and they had every right to and they believed in him, and that's great, but to say that the intelligence reports are false, that Russians influenced the election, do you not agree? Do you agree with the national intelligence?
I'll tell you what I agree. Don, I'll tell you what I agree. I think Putin probably wanted Trump to win, but I also think that Merkel wanted Hillary Clinton to win, and Theresa May wanted Hillary Clinton to win.
Andy, hold on. Andy, stand by. Just answer my question directly. Do you believe the intelligence that Russians interfered with the election?
See, it's not as cut and dry as that.
Yes, it is. You can say yes or no. Donald Trump said yes today in the press conference. Do you believe that?
Well, okay, then I'll say no, and the reason why I'll say no, Don, is that the main crux of the argument here is that Vladimir Putin apparently hacked, or he had his team hack, John Podesta's emails when his password was actually the word password, which any teenager could break in. Okay. And also Julian Assange from WikiLeaks said that Podesta's emails were not provided by the Russians. So what did they hack? What did they hack? I don't get it, honestly, Don, I don't.
As far as hacking, I think it was Russia, but I think we also get hacked by other countries and other people. And I can say that, you know, when we lost 22 million names and everything else that was hacked recently, they didn't make a big deal out of that.
Okay, Andy?
Well, I think Donald's got a great point here. And the hacking could come from Russia. China hacks. There's that 400-pound man in his bed that hacks. And the media wasn't freaking out when, you know, the Chinese were doing it, and then when Chelsea Manning was doing it, it was seen. When Chelsea Manning was doing it, it was seen as, oh, well, you know, he or she is bringing out information that we need to know about. Snowden became a liberal hero. Oliver Stone made
you're conflating a lot of things.
So how did we get to Chelsea Manning?
You're conflating a lot of things that have nothing to do with nothing. Go ahead, David.
Well, Don, you give me limited talk time, so I have to.
You're not making sense, man. I'm sorry. I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Real quick here, Don, if we step back and talk about the problem that President-elect has gotten himself into, it's this. Look, you would expect that today he would have come out and pushed back on the idea that he had been compromised. You would have to expect that he would push back on that. But if you go back to December 11th, when he went out on the Sunday shows and dismissed the intelligence committee's findings as quote unquote ridiculous, to now today in that clip you just played, he said, you know, reluctantly, yeah, it was Russia. In the intervening weeks, he's allowed himself to have the appearance, whether or not it's true, of being soft on Russia. And some of what you see him pushing back on now is this appearance and this perception. That, I think, is the bigger problem for the incoming Trump administration.
I'll give you 15 seconds, Matt.
Well, Donald Trump has no problem attacking anybody else and saying bad things about anybody else, and frankly being hawkish on North Korea and China and Iran, but why not Russia? I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Why can't we get along with Russia? Why not?
That's the question. There's not actually a very plausible explanation for why Donald Trump is so soft on Russia, and this is part of the reason we really need an independent investigation to try to understand what was actually going on here. Yeah. And if Trump is so innocent, you know, Andy, you won't have anything to worry about.
We want to destroy ISIS.
Thank you very much.
We want to destroy ISIS.
Okay, now we're on ISIS.
Don, you're the best.
Thank you very much.
You're the best, Don.
Thank you. That's it.